of sports media. This is Sync Sports.
This is a Sync Broadcasting production.
All right, yes, so here we go. Let's get the mic so you can hear me. This Sync Sports, and very, very, very entertaining week of hockey.
It was.
More joyous for some, most non-heinous for others.
It was fucking heartbreaking if you're Oilers. But that's all I have to say. It's heartbreaking. We'll delve more into my feelings on the matter, but right now, just
Yes. You know what? Again, should we start off with the sports that we're not so excited about, or do you want to save it for the ass end? The ass end, meaning, do we have enough time to talk about Major League Baseball and Raptors and all that stuff? What do you think? Should we just get it done early, or what?
we can get the boring stuff done earlier. Start off the show with that, I guess.
Oh shit, my goddamn notes again.
You lost your way, didn't you?
All right, yeah. Let's start off with Let's start off with the Raptors here.
Okay.
What we know of her. Again, we are not we're not gurus of the basketball.
The hardwood.
Yes, the hardwood, the court floor. But we do what we can. We dip our toes in, and that's about all we do. You don't even dip your toes in, do you?
I kind of like give it like a glancing look as I pass by it.
All right, well, let's see how much you know about. We'll start with some basketball here, some Raptors, and the playoffs are going away. I found out some things that very much like the NHL. They got the bubbles going.
They do have the bubbles. I think they're in Vegas, if I'm correct.
Orlando.
Orlando.
The Raptors are playing out of the Orlando bubble.
Yeah.
Perhaps the other bubble is Vegas or something. Some more sleuthing to do. We're getting there. We are getting there. So we have the Raptors and doing some more sleuthing, as I mentioned, very similar to the NHL, where they're doing a reseeding thing right now, leading up to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the Raptors they just played Milwaukee. 5 teams in the East, 5 teams in the West are reseeding for playoffs, and in the West, the Raptors have clinched. They have clinched second seed. So I guess the rest of their reseeding games are meaningless. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be simply just tooling with the idea of lines and stuff like that, and the coach is just going to be.
Can you fuck off? What the fuck is that? Sorry, does he need to be here? What the fuck was that?
It was just I don't know. Anyways, I've lost my train of thought as well. What was I talking about?
Something about basketball. What the hell was that?
Yes. They're. They got their number 2 spot locked down, so the coach can now just mix lines and play with their arsenal leading into the playoffs. So they're going to be doing some experimental rotations with their players, I guess, for the remainder of the receiving game. So they start on Monday, August the 17th playoffs. I'm not sure if you're going to be tuning in.
I'll take a look. See,
perhaps have a glance at a game here and there.
Yeah.
What I remember last year, I just watched the last 4 minutes of each
I did. Yeah,
game.
I watched the finals, and they were exciting. But
I didn't even watch. I watched the last 3 minutes of every game.
I watched most of the games of the finals, but I was like getting caught up in Toronto fever.
The 3 favorites here. We're just gonna go with the favorites: Raptors, LA Lakers, and the Milwaukee Bucks. Which one are you gonna say just goes all the way? Like we don't know nothing about basketball, so we're just gonna. Who's gonna win the whole thing?
I think Toronto's done a good job of overcoming the loss of Kawhi Leonard, so I would like to see them repeat. So I'm gonna go Toronto, and they can go all the way. Pascal Siakam, he's had
all
a good
the way.
year. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna let you have Toronto and ignite the Canadian We the North. I'm gonna anger We the North. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go for the Bucks. I'm gonna
Okay.
throw the Bucks for the. Is it a cup? Do they get a cup?
Don't
Flag
put me on
or
the spot.
like what do they get? A statue or something?
A
Or
participation ribbon? I don't know. They win something.
they win something?
They're playing for something.
Oh, also Black Lives Matter.
Okay, yep. They're playing for Black Lives Matter.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I was switching to hockey there accidentally, but. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, sorry. We'll save the Black Lives Matter. Although it could be the forefront of any conversation.
It's transcended all the sports. I see it in all of the sports so far. So
Yes, my friend. So we'll switch over to some Blue Jays. Remember last show we were talking about they didn't have a home
indeed, yeah.
to dwell upon.
Yeah, they definitely had a tough time finding a place, but now they've. I can't remember the name of the arena that they've selected. Do you have that or?
Oh, sorry. What was
Do you have
that?
the arena that they're?
Oh, right. Yes. They're going to be playing at Buffalo, New York, and geez, I put a lot of shit on my hands.
Gotta stay safe.
Yeah, you never know. Even in here,
Yeah.
even in the St. Studios environment, you never know. There could be a piece of COVID lying around somewhere that I might have scooped up.
You never know.
Try not to touch my face.
For safety's sake.
For
wash your
safety's
hands.
sake, that's right. Yeah, they're going to be playing out of Buffalo, New York.
Good.
They found a home there.
I'm glad they found a place to play. I was a little bit worried, and obviously as we
Solid
alluded
field.
to-
Solid field. Sorry, Mr. Blunt.
Yeah.
I can be blunt at times too, and
Of course you can.
direct.
Yeah. I don't have the market on blunt. I'm just a blunt person. But
Are you related to Emily by any?
I'm not related to Emily Blunt. No, unfortunately, she is not my sister, not my aunt, not my spouse. She is just a lady with the same last name.
And she can be quite blunt as well. I'm
She
sure.
can be blunt. She's married to that John Krasowski, I think his name is.
Got me on that one.
Yeah, he's from The Office.
Got me on that one.
Krasowski?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
whatever's not.
Sounds good, my friend. So yeah, they're playing out of Buffalo, New York. There, you know, we do as much sleuthing as we can here at Sync,
about it, right?
Sync Sports, and as I mentioned earlier to Mr. Grimes, it's not easy being Edmonton's northwest sports leader. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
I'm sure we've got that market. That's our stomping ground.
It is.
The northwest sector of Edmonton.
Yeah,
We're the sports leader of that division.
that particular sector.
All right, let's switch to hockey because we are running out of time, my friend. Actually,
All
we
right.
still got about 12 minutes or so.
Lots of
Let's start
development.
off with hockey here. Let's make this brief, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Well, the Leafs were eliminated, so let's just move on. This is the West.
Yeah. Let's
We're not- Let's just move on.
Okay.
Leafs were eliminated. What else do we want to talk about here? Let's talk about the draft pick which took place. Are you happy that it went to the New York Rangers? Were you a bit? Did you feel like you were, you know?
I know on the Sync Sports page we were debating about the fact of who needs
made
it
who?
more, and I mentioned my two teams for need it. First, I said that anyone can need it, just being a bastard on that. But I said that it
It must
could
have been
either-
a basket case during the Oilers run and the draft. That's another slap to the face.
Yep. Yeah, it could have been the Oilers. Everyone had the same 12.5% chance.
That's right.
I said that it could have went, or the one who needs it most would be the Florida Panthers or the New York Rangers, and the Rangers were the ones who landed it. So
Did you happen to watch the draft? How fucking boring it was and how stupid it was, dropping the ball in, and the woman confirming to the commissioner that is, please, is that commissioner? Would you please confirm to me then that is the New York Rangers ball? And then he's like, he seemed like he was like kind of getting pissed off at the end, like, yes, I
New York Rangers
confirm.
confirmed.
Yes,
Yeah,
confirmed.
there was a lot of pomp and circumstance in there, and it was a little bit ridiculous,
Acknowledged.
silly, and
Unnecessary.
unnecessary.
Very, very unnecessary. So you know to say this guy's name, Alexis Lafreniere. Did I say it right? Lafreniere.
Lafreniere.
Quebecois,
Yeah.
Indian, Quebecois Indian.
They do know Quebecois? Quebecian?
Quebecian, that sounds better actually.
We don't
He says he actually apparently he likes to play his game catered to like a Patrick Kane style play. He was quoted as saying.
He did, and Brian Burke chimed in and claimed he was more of a physical Jonathan Huberdeau.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, we were watching the same interview there, my friend.
I was.
Born on October 11th.
Nice, he's a Libra.
2001, 6'1" weighing in at 192 pounds.
Some room to fill in that
Some
frame.
room to fill, and a left winger. Could the Oilers have used a left winger, or were they more looking for what side would he have been on with Connor and what's his nuts? Draisaitl, the bottle of spritzer wine, if there's such a thing.
Yeah, well,
Draisaitl. Give me a bottle of Draisaitl, please.
on the wing they had they had RNH, Yamamoto, Cassian, and I think that's it. Why can't? Well, they had like Tyler Ennis playing in place.
Ennis? Did you say Tyler Ennis?
Ennis.
Oh, sorry.
Tyler Ennis. No, they definitely could have used some more support on the wings. Cassian didn't show up. Ennis got injured.
Yeah, what happened to Cassian, man?
Yeah, he just wasn't his usual playoff.
Let's have a look at.
self.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, it was definitely disappointing to see him under deliver.
Let's have a look at some of these statistics. I was watching. Mr. Grimes and I were watching the. We were watching
the post-mortem.
What series were we watching? We were watching one of the series, and oh, that's right. Because I'd watched the Winnipeg Calgary series, right, and a lot of hits.
Yeah.
I got used to almost like playoff hockey, minus the refereeing, of course. But we did some calculations for each website. We were and then I tuned into the Edmonton Chicago series, of course, watching what was going to happen with them. And it just didn't seem like there was as many hits. Like, it just seemed like they weren't finishing hits. They weren't, I don't know. You watched the series. Was there, some hard punishing hits? Was there some good ones? Or?
Not so much. That component of the game was missing, so it was definitely not playoff hockey, so to speak, and it was disappointing. There was a lot of people that under-delivered. And there's a lot of people, a lot of personnel on the Oilers that can't deliver that component, such as Cassian, Darnell Nurse.
Right.
Yeah.
What's on between his eyes? Did we talk about this last time, or is this?
No. I think he might have a skin, not an infection, but just.
I did take a stick to the face a few months back, a pretty vicious one. I thought maybe that might have been. I tried doing some sleuthing.
It almost looks comparable to the same disease that Michael Jackson had, where the pigment of his skin was lightening in certain areas. And that's why Michael Jackson decided to go all white.
God, we shouldn't be endorsing Coca-Cola. We're not sponsored by those guys.
We're not sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Anyway, sorry.
No, that's just my theory, is that he might have the same skin infection.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go with that. You heard it first here on Edmonton's Northwest sports leader. The skin.
That's just conjecture from Abe Blunt.
Yeah, we're just assessing what we see.
Yeah.
So taking a look at the hits, this is directly from actually Mr. Grimes there did the calculations for us, and what would you guess the difference in hits was? Like, just say a ballpark number
For the entire series. Are we talking
Edmonton, Chicago versus Winnipeg, Calgary? Like, what would you assess? Just throw a number out there.
Calgary and Winnipeg, I'd guess, 300 hits?
Well, Calgary in their series combined, both teams, 248 hits. Actually, Chicago had 128 hits. Calgary had 120.
Okay.
So for a total of 248 hits between the two. Edmonton and Chicago, actually, this is weird. Chicago had 83 hits in total, all their players. Edmonton had 115.
Okay.
So it's only 5 behind Calgary, but
It didn't show.
198 compared to 248. That's the number difference. That's a lot of hits.
Yeah.
That is a lot of hits. But like I said, we were watching the series there, and I was like, why are they not finishing their hits? Like, and that gives me a bit of hope for Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
Just all 4 lines are contributing, and on the 4th line there, Tobias Reeder, man, like he is grinding it out. What a 4th liner should do. He's grinding it out. All 4 lines. I can say something good about every line. Even Goudreau. Ghostro showed up, but you know what? We'll see when the series starts how he handles up against. Well, I don't see Dallas being a big threat. I think Calgary's gonna actually punish him, man. I do. I think it's gonna go like 4 or 5, or actually, sorry, 6 or 7.
Are we doing predictions this year?
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that for sure. So we talked about the draft pick. We got into the Alberta teams there a bit. I really would like to quickly address Sportsnet's elephant in the room if we can.
What's the elephant in the room?
The beard.
The beautiful beard.
Elliot Freidman and his beard. So you like the beard? Are you a fan of it? Or
It is
are
a
you
gorgeous
enjoying it?
piece
Are you
of-
taking it in?
No, anytime I try to grow facial hair myself, I get it looks like a catfish. It's quite grotesque to look at, and it's embarrassing. So
Yeah,
I
mine
admire-
looks rather like I'm from Mexico City or something. Or like I should
Yeah.
throw on a sombrero, and I can get, if you look closely enough, you can see a faint.
Mhm.
It is quite grotesque up close.
So for those people that can grow it and grow it fully, I don't begrudge them that. I salute them.
But I mean, there's a time and a place for that. Like for example, John C. Reilly in Kong, Skull Island.
Mm-hmm.
They had a glorious beard.
They did.
Like they look matching. If you're going into battle, who would you rather have your side? What was that character's name? Hank Marlowe from Kong, Skull Island. Would you rather have John C. Reilly, Hank Marlowe at your side going into battle, or Elliot Freidman
I'd rather
and
have
his beard?
I'd
Which
rather
beard?
have John C. Reilly because he looks like the gentle giant
Yeah.
who can bring out his inner bear,
Mhm.
and
I
Elliot
agree.
Friedman he can just merely talk about it. So
I
I'd rather
have a
John C.
feeling that Elliot Freidman would not have your back.
No.
He'd be the first to find shelter, and he'd probably, in every movie, the first guy to go.
Maybe.
I think Mr. Friedman and that beard would be the first guy to go. Anyways, getting off topic, we addressed the elephant in the room.
Yeah, we
Sportnet's room, I should say. So, really quickly here again. Oh dear Lord.
What do we got now?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Blunt. So we already discussed our opening qualifying round. Did we not, or no? We didn't. Okay, so just looking at what I got here, you had picked you had picked 4 of the winning teams. I picked only 3.
Okay. 50.
You got the Islanders, Columbus moving on, Carolina, and I had Carolina, Columbus of the East, and in the West, Vancouver, and Calgary picked, and I only got Calgary. All the other ones I failed. I epically failed. So that's it for the first round. Moving on to the second round.
Actually, no. This will be the first round coming up. Those
Sorry,
are
the qualifying rounds. Yes, again. A little more organized next show.
Are we writing them down or?
Yeah, I got it written down here. So round. It's round 2, but it's round 1. If you know what I mean. We have got. Let's start off with the East here.
Okay, East.
You know what? Let's. I've already got my guesses.
Okay.
So we'll let you go for yours, and then I'll tell you mine. So I gotta write this down here.
Okay.
Carolina versus Boston. Who are you gonna go for?
Can't go against Boston quite yet. They're the old dogs at it. They're well experienced, and I don't think Carolina can unseat them.
So Boston.
Yeah, I'm going to say Boston in 6.
6. Okay. Capitals, Islanders.
Ooh. That should be a good one, but I'm going to say Capitals in 7.
You know what? I'm just gonna, for time's sake, I'm gonna go with you and say Carolina, Boston. I got Carolina in 6.
Okay.
Okay. So Capitals, Islanders. Who are you going with?
Capitals in 7.
Capitals in 7. I got Capitals in 7.
Okay, cool.
Canadian, Montreal, and the Flyers. Who do you pick? What is your pick?
Man, it's hard to go against those
Sure.
Flyers. I've had quite the year. I'm going to go Flyers in 5. Flyers in 5.
Flyers in 5. I had Philly in 6.
Okay.
Tampa and Columbus, the rematch.
I think Tampa is well prepared this time for what Columbus will be bringing to the game, so Tampa in 6.
Tampa in 6. As I picked Tampa in 6 as well. All right, we're gonna go to the other side, the West. We've got Calgary Flames against, let's do this. Calgary Flames versus Dallas.
Calgary in 7. It's going to be a good series. I think it could go either way, but I'm going to go Calgary in 7.
Calgary in
I'm going to
7.
get out of that first round.
Calgary in 7. Calgary in 7 for me as well. Vancouver versus the Blues. This will be a good one.
Defending Stanley Cup champions versus the very upstart Vancouver Canucks. I'm going to guess the St. Louis Blues in 5. They know playoff hockey.
In 5?
In 5.
This is where we differ, mon frere. This is where we differ.
Okay.
I got Vancouver in 6.
Nice.
Chicago against Vegas. The top dogs. The top dogs. The alpha of all of the teams.
Vegas in 6.
Vegas in 6. I have Vegas in 7.
Nice.
I feel like I'm calling bingo or something. Vegas.
Under the Vegas 55.
Under the Vegas 7. Arizona, Colorado. Another big dog.
Well, we do have a friend of the show named Ryan McCharles, and he will punch me right in the wiener if I don't pick the Avalanche. So I'm going to guess the Avalanche in 7. Who are they going against? Arizona?
How do you spell that? Is that AVES or AVS? Which would you
I'm
prefer?
pretty sure it's AVES for the Aves.
You know what? Just to spark a little controversy, I'm going AVES. And Ryan, right?
Ryan McCharles.
Ryan McChild.
Yeah.
AVES. I'm just kidding. McCarthy? Is it?
McCharles.
McCharles.
Yeah.
Charles, like Charlie Brown. So you said Colorado in what?
Who are they going against? The Arizona?
Arizona.
Oh, 6.
In 6?
Yeah, I was going to say 7, but it's Arizona, so 6.
Colorado in, you said what, 6?
6.
I said Colorado in 5.
Nice.
I
wouldn't doubt you if you're right.
I think Arizona's going to get 1. And then it's time for Mr. Hall to pack his bags and prepare for another team.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. You know what? We got a couple minutes left here. We might as well stretch out to the full 30. We're in OT now.
You know,
As the Oilers were on OT, and let's talk some Oilers, and let's give you the floor. Let's give you the spotlight. Actually, yeah. Let's give you the floor here. Are you gonna be okay with this? It must have been quite a few minutes after the game, sitting in front of the TV and just bewildered, disbelief, thinking you didn't like the way this was systematically put together. What was going through your mind, sir?
Well, after that loss, there was 2 words that I said. Well, fuck. And that just sums up the end of their years. They definitely under-delivered in the playoffs. There was a lot of players that under-delivered. You can look at Cassian, Yamamoto, even though he's a rookie, he didn't show up. Athanasiou wasn't there.
Happy to see you?
Athanasiou.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said happy to see you. Sorry.
That's what it sounds like. Ethan Bear made a couple of errors, and he's a rookie too. But
1 second, buddy. With my sorry to interrupt you. With my my can here. I'm gonna do what we do with beer cans in the dressing room.
Yes.
Oh shit!
That didn't work at all.
That didn't.
That was a disaster.
Yeah, and I got shit all over my book now.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, sorry. That's
You delivered that just about as well as the Oilers delivered in the playoffs.
epic fail.
Yeah.
So, what were your who you said Cassian didn't show up? Like,
Yeah.
what else? What else?
Yamamoto. Barry made some errors. The goaltending wasn't there. Both of our goaltenders were beneath 900 for save percentage. There was only 3 players that really showed up, and that was the usual
McJesus Christ, yeah.
McDavid, Draisaitl, and RNH. Those were the only ones that really showed up and delivered on the Viking basis. I know Draisaitl had a couple of dry spots out there, but overall he performed pretty well. Yeah. But it was all for naught.
I was watching the Toronto interviews after their exit, and some of the questions that they do ask are a little too soon.
Yeah.
Like, where do we go from here? Well, what do you assess now? And he's like, we're just gonna, accept that we have lost, and then he's like, I'll answer those in the midsummer, or well, not midsummer, but
In the fall. Almost in the fucking
it is the
winter.
fall. Anyways, down the road, he said. But so yeah, shit happens, man. I don't know what to say. Sorry.
Well, no, you get to keep on cheering, so I'm glad for you. It's gonna
I don't think Calgary could have got a better team for the second round. Like I'm not by no means underestimating Dallas at all. Calgary has had problems with them, but they're not playing the best right now. I know going into the COVID pandemic, if you will. I know that they were, not doing the best themselves going before the COVID break. Should we call it COVID break? I don't know. COVID takeover. But yeah, so and like I said, Calgary's playing on all 4 lines are playing very well, and I don't know. I think they're banging this year. I think they're hitting. They're really strong. So we'll see what happens against Dallas.
We'll see.
What else we got here on the docket?
I think that's about it. Now we're pretty much done? Wrapped up? Sayonara? Toodle-oo? Arrivederci? Bye-bye. See you later.
Oh, one more thing we can just.
All right, what do you
Black Lives Matter.
All right, Black
If you
Lives
don't mind, I'd like to touch on
Chime
it.
in?
Like, all lives matter. Don't get me wrong. Every oh God, I thought I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, am I even in the shot? I thought maybe perhaps half of I was like, just half my body was.
Just half your face, man.
Anyways, yeah, the Black Lives Matter, the Seattle Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the name, Seattle Kraken?
It's a fine name.
Getting used to it?
Yeah,
Little too Clash of the Titans, maybe?
perhaps, but it's gonna grow on people. And Seattleites.
Seattleans, I believe.
Seattleians?
Seattleans, I believe.
All right, they're gonna fucking love it, man.
Yeah,
Sure
within their organization, they hired the first black broadcaster
Indeed.
in the NHL, and his name is Everett Fitzhugh.
Can you believe it's 2020? Like, the league's been around 100
Isn't that
years.
crazy? In their first, yeah, you're right. We're sitting here all happy and proud, but for Christ's sakes,
Yeah.
it's 2020, man. What's going on with that?
Bravo on the Seattle
I
Kraken
guess.
for cracking open that glass ceiling, but yeah, high time. This look.
Oh.
But you were going to chime in
join me
about
on that.
you were going to
Slow
chime in
clap.
on Black Lives Matter. What were you going to say?
Just that's a pretty fucking awesome move.
Yeah.
I think like it doesn't have to be such a big thing too. Just get more cultures in. Like kind of like Canada's doing. We got our East Indian brothers.
Yep.
With their own CBS or CBC show.
Yeah, and every now and then they have a couple of Cree or Blackfoots.
Yeah, they're doing everything we can up here, and they need to do more down there as well. Yeah, really, it's not as shocking as we got lots of black announcers up here too as well on Sportsnet.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, good for them down there for doing that. Anyways, and if you want to catch Mr. Fitzhugh, his Twitter feed at the Voice Fritz. Log on, say hi to him at the Voice Fritz.
Hello.
And with that said, my friend, au revoir, and see you next show. We'll see it. We'll talk next round.
Keep the conversation going and have your say. You can follow the guys by going to Sync Broadcasting on Facebook, Instagram at Sync Sports, Twitter at Sync Sports Inc.
Thanks for listening to Sync Sports.